Alright, you guys, welcome to hopefully the first of many Reading Reddit episodes. And the first one I wanted to show off today is my absolute favorite, Am I the Asshole subreddit. The reason for it is whenever I feel like I'm doing particularly terrible in my life, I just read these stories, which are real life, obviously, and I just realized that no, my life's pretty damn good compared to a lot of these people, and I thought I might as well go through and read a few stories for y'all today, as well as include my own Am I the Asshole story at the very end, and leave a comment after I do that down at the bottom letting me know if I am the asshole or not. And yes, let's just jump into the first story. Okay. Am I the asshole for not helping my former stepmom and step-siblings after my dad's death? From the title, it's a little confusing. If he means helping by, like, the funeral or whatever, I would say yeah, but that's why you have to actually read the full story. Otherwise, you greatly misjudge a lot. So, my dad died relatively recently and didn't have much left. He remarried Ruth, but I was already an adult and didn't consider his wife my stepmom. While she technically got his belongings, they weren't much after paying all the debts that he had. I, however, was his life insurance beneficiary who got $500K. We've checked with lawyers and there's nothing that Ruth can do, as it was a policy that he updated in the last year, so that's pretty recent since his death. And at least where we live, life insurance is treated different from inheritance. He married a significantly younger woman, of course, who has 2 kids in high school. He was paying the Lions' share of bills, but they didn't have a college fund. Now Ruth is asking for me to give her money for living expenses, as well as enough for both of the kids to go through college. That's like, if you go to a cheap college, you're talking maybe 30, 40K per kid, so that's 80K out of the 500K he got. And then living expenses, she's basically asking for half of this. Ugh. Personally, I don't think that it should have ever been my dad's job to provide for her kids, and I've never felt close to them, and now that I'm beginning my own life with my wife, I'd like to use it to pay off what's left of our debts and get a down payment for a house. Ruth says I'm being selfish, but I think that given the fact that he set me up as a beneficiary as recently as he did, I'm following his wishes by using it to advance my life. Ruth brings up the fact that I don't have kids while they do, but we would like to have kids once the pandemic's over. I also paid for college through loans, so I don't sympathize with them about not having money for college. It's been a hell of a year, and I'm about to just block her because it feels like harassment at this point. I would say it is harassment. Honestly, I would block her and move on. Granted, I do really well at cutting off people that are supposed to be family members, so maybe I'm not the best person to ask, but especially because he was set up within the last year. Like, if he wrote something in the insurance, like, it goes to my son and to my wife, then it'd be different. Then I'd be honoring his wishes. But just that alone, no, he should keep the money. And considering everything she's asking for, it's a little much. And if she treated this like a much different situation and she was nicer about this, maybe he would have felt it in his heart to give her some. Probably not as much as she wants, which is around 250K. But hey, maybe if she was nicer, this would have turned out differently. But definitely not the asshole. I'm surprised this doesn't have the title yet, not the asshole, because pretty sure, yeah, not the asshole. Don't give her a cent. Yeah, sounds like she's a gold digger a little bit. Just a little bit. Fun people, right? Next up, oh god, this is a doozy. Am I the asshole for convincing my girlfriend not to wear a white dress on our wedding day? Just the title, you're like, how do you convince someone to do that? That's my question. Like, how the hell is her wedding and you're going to convince her not to wear white? Like, I get it if she's debating a different color and you're like, yeah, you should do whatever color you like, and it's not white, then I get it. If it's like she wants white and you're trying to talk her out of it, I don't get it. Not at all. It's her wedding. It doesn't matter what the hell she wears. So me, 32, and soon-to-be wife, 23, it's almost it's a 9-year age difference. Are planning to get married in a few months. I come from a very religious household with strong Christian. He didn't even spell Christian right. Christian. This is probably a new religion beliefs. And one of the traditions in my family is that if the woman is getting married and isn't a virgin, they shouldn't wear white. My family knows my soon-to-be wife isn't a virgin because when I met her, because my mom asked me when I started dating her if she was pure, and I was honest and told her she had boyfriends before she met me. Well, if she had boyfriends before she met you, doesn't mean she had sex with him. I had a boyfriend and I never had sex with him. Granted, that was back in middle school. But even then, my husband, this is a little TMI, we didn't do anything till we got married, okay? We made out a lot, but we didn't do it. We didn't have sex until we got married, which is crazy. But I came from an actual Christian family, not a Christian family. And I believed it. And I also was really scared of doing anything, and for other reasons, which you'll find out with my own Am I the Asshole story at the end. My wife was really upset. Wife? We were planning to get married and you're calling her wife already? If I could ask her to wear a colored dress on her wedding day, but she agreed, so now we're looking for a blue dress. Now she's saying she won't marry me because she's too humiliated by everything. And I don't see how it's a big deal. Yeah, no. You're a total asshole. First of all, it wasn't your business to say anything to your mom if she was pure or not. Like, what the fuck? Who tells their parents that? Yeah, the girl I'm dating's had boyfriends before. She's totally not a virgin anymore. What? Unless you're planning to say, also, we are regularly having sex too, then, like, why the hell are you even bringing it up? It's her past relationships, not even your own relationship. That was totally not necessary. And then, shouldn't wear a white dress? That's not a Christian thing. That's not a Christian tradition. Nowhere in my entire family and anywhere I've seen has said that it's a Christian tradition to not wear white if you're not pure. I've seen people get married who've had 20 million boyfriends and they wear white. And I'm not assuming they had sex, obviously, although it kind of is most likely. But you know what I mean? Like, they can still wear white. It doesn't matter what the fuck they wear on their wedding as long as they're happy. So this guy's totally the asshole. And I'm pretty sure everyone, you're the asshole for a dude marrying a girl nearly a decade younger. You sure are worried what mommy thinks. What mommy thinks. Yeah, he's a little bit of a mama's boy, it sounds like. Just a little bit. This one's long. White wedding as a marketing ploy. There we go. There you go. Because a lot of, like, people, like, in India, they wear red, I believe. And here they mention, multicolored robes. It's supposed to be like a party, not like white as pure type of thing. It's supposed to be, and back in the biblical times, technically color was for the rich, because getting dyes was not easy. So if you were wearing something that was dyed like rainbow colored or had any type of bright colors, then technically it was for a rich or special occasion because it was not common to have. And white was not really a dye they made, obviously, because it's not a dye, technically. It's the absence of a dye. You know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah. Ew. Are you going to wear a white tuxedo to prove that you're pure? There we go. Yeah, he's 32. You're telling me he's pure too, and that he's judging her from a point of view where he hasn't, like, let he who is without sin throw the first stone? You're telling me that you haven't had sex yet, dude? Seriously? Nearly a decade older than her, and you're judging her for that? I can't with people sometimes. I can't. Am I the asshole for not including my dead niece in my pregnancy announcement? What the hell is this? I recently found out I'm a few weeks pregnant. Because the world sucks, I couldn't tell my family in person. Neither could I. So I set up a Zoom call where I told my sisters and parents I was pregnant. 4 years ago, my niece died of SIDS. Oh, that sucks. SIDS is terrible. My sister and brother-in-law have, of course, had a really hard time with this. They have other children. That's a random sentence to throw in there. I thought about telling them separately, but I decided that they should be included. But this was apparently wrong. I didn't do anything crazy. I pretty much just told them that it was early and I was excited. I announced by asking my parents what they thought about being grandparents again. If they have other children, then they're still grandparents? I feel like the sentence was not meant to be there, throwing this whole thing off. At one point in the conversation, I also asked my niece and nephew. See, they have a niece and nephew. So then they already have, whatever. My family seemed pretty happy, except for the sister and brother-in-law. My sister texted me today, said they were disappointed I didn't include my niece somehow in our announcement, like mentioned her, because she's going to be a cousin too. She died 4 years ago. Yes, she's going to be a cousin, but she's not here. It shouldn't be raining on our parade. It's not really rain. I guess it is, but like, Eh. Not the asshole. What the fuck? How are you supposed to throw a deceased baby into a pregnancy announcement? Exactly. Like what? Be like, you want to be grandma and grandpa again, and so your cousin that's dead is your cousin. Yeah, that's totally normal way to say something. And no, it's like so insensitive. Like it could come out so wrong. I don't understand why they made such a big deal out of it, and I would just move on from it. Am I the asshole for being mad at my sister who was testing my boyfriend? I, 21, have a boyfriend, 22, who's super awesome and I love him. How cute. We've been dating for 2 years and I'm starting to get serious, so we decided to meet each other's parental units. We went to my parents last week and we were going to stay for a few days. We didn't, though. I just did. My sister, 18, was all on him in his personal space. She's already a touchy person, but this was making him uncomfortable. He kept telling her no to stop doing what she was doing, and she kept doing it, so he stayed for dinner and left the next morning. I'd be like, get the hell out of here. My sister texted me when we left and said, well, he's pretty loyal, and I asked her, what? And she said she was testing him for me. I'm pretty sure that's what they meant. I hate when I read stories of people testing their partners, so I told him, hey, my sister tried testing you. I didn't tell her to do it. Luckily, he responded with, I know. Well, it's kind of fucking obvious if that's what's happening. Like, if my sister got all up near my husband, I think we'd be more weirded out than to assume anything, honestly. I was angry with her and told my parents, who said they saw no problem with it. I told them that I won't bring my boyfriend at Christmas since they saw no problem. They told me to stop being a bitch about it. Holy crap, am I the asshole for being mad at my sister and telling my parents I won't bring him? They liked him, I just have a problem with it. Holy, this is... Stop being a bitch about it. Your sister was just trying to help you. Your sister was gross and your parents are out of line. Yeah, that's so uncomfortable moving forward. Like, I know for us, like, we stopped hanging around friends that used to have crushes on each other just because that made us uncomfortable. I can't imagine dealing with this situation. Hope he doesn't have a brother that thinks it's okay to test you. No, his family's chill. Suit wearing habits, though? Sharp-dressed men. Oh, God. This is terrible, terrible, terrible. That was just bad. That was just... God. Some people have terrible families. I don't understand it, but they seem to exist. And I'm very glad I have a crazy family, but they're not that bad. Am I the asshole, this is the last one before mine, for telling my brother that his wife is right and I'm embarrassed to be related to him? This sounds like it's going to be juicy. My 24 brother... I guess she's 24. Her brother's 28, called me yesterday to back him up on a fight between him and his wife. Some background context before we begin. My brother's wife had just given birth to his son. So on to what happened, my brother said he made a passing remark about how his wife's stretch marks make her look less attractive. God! His wife got upset and called him an asshole for making such a comment. She said that the stretch marks were a result of bearing their child. My brother said that she couldn't blame him for not liking her stretch marks. He said, who likes how stretch marks... What? What? They're not speaking right now. And my brother basically called me to ask to talk to his wife for him. I told him no, she was right. He was an insensitive asshole and he needs to apologize or screw off. He said that it was unfair for me to be unpleasant to him and that he thought I would support him since I'm a sister, and I told him to fuck that right now. I'm embarrassed to be related to you. He told me I was being extreme and that his feelings were deeply hurt. Oh, poor baby, so was your wife's. Am I really the asshole? Not the asshole. His feelings were deeply hurt. Well, at least he knows how his wife feels. Black Emperor, is that... No, why did they get highlighted red? Is this new? Is it that? I have no idea. Please, what he's experiencing isn't even 1/millionth of the hurt the wife must be going through. Imagine enduring 9 grueling months of eldritch distension body horror. What the hell is that? And extreme mood swings and constant psychological distress and a result of hormone fuckery, all out of a deep and inexpressible love for your partner and mutual desire to create something beautiful. What a sentence. This is so long. Capping it off with the worst pain a human body can physically experience than being told by your partner that you were ugly or having done all that. That's a run-on sentence, just saying. And yes, it's very true. As an act of love and expression, lifelong fidelity, oh, that's how much hurt the wife is going through and how much of an asshole the brother is. Even sitting here typing this all out, rationally being aware of the experiences, I still cannot meaningfully imagine or comprehend on a personal level as a naive 20-year-old male. My heart goes out to the poor woman, and I hope the brother sees this as a gigantic, flaming, insensitive, irredeemable, borderline sociopathic asshole he is. There are so many adjectives in this. I love it. Jeez. I don't know, you should tell us how you really feel. Oh, God. Damn. That was, yeah. I can't, like, I don't like my own stretch marks that I got from my pregnancy, honestly. It's not something I'm quite happy with, but it's kind of like a scar, even though I didn't, like, rip it. But it's like a scar, in a way. It looks the same as a scar, except for the redder ones. But most of the time, it looks like a scar. So I just treat them like that. I'm like, it's a scar. It's a battle scar, basically. I've gone through something crazy. Yeah, I have. But if my husband ever said anything like that, I would fucking... he would not be coming to bed for, like, ever. I can't even imagine. And he's 28. What a dumbass. And he has a sister. The fact that he has a sister and he thought that this was an okay thing to say to his wife just speaks volumes of the personality that he has. And I can't feel bad enough for his wife. And I hope that either they fix things and get some counseling, because this is clearly going to be a bigger issue and he's probably going to bring up a lot of other shit and it's going to hurt the wife more. Or they just break it off now so that the kid has two parents that are happy separately rather than unhappy together. Now, I said I was going to mention my own Am I the Asshole story. So, my story. There's so many stories I could do. Shoot, what do I want to do? I could do that work one. Or I could get personal. I think I'll do the work one because it could give me a little bit more. I don't know. I'm trying to think of one that'd be a little, like, borderline. Not a clear answer. But, okay, let's go back in time. It's 2016, I think. I'm still living in California. I'm working this job doing sales. You know the people that you see inside Costco and Sam's Club who sell, like, they give you out samples and stuff like that? Well, I was doing one of those, and I was selling this stuff there. I didn't work with Sam's Club and Costco. It was like a separate third-party thing. But I was doing that. And I got the opportunity to go to Texas and do some sales there with another, like, sister company, basically. And I was so excited, and I went. Definitely had a lot of fun. When I was there, I was training a girl from their location on the product and everything. And I had a hotel room just for myself. But, I mean, it's like a really basic motel thing. Not anything glamorous. And... one of the days, I think I was there for like 3 or 4 days, but like on the second day or something, the boss of the sister company was like, hey, are you comfortable sharing your room with someone else? And I was like, not really, because I'm not comfortable with that at all. Like, you want me to meet someone random and share a room with them and I don't even know them and I'm in a different state and like no one I know is nearby. I had no friends in Texas. Like, this is all work and I knew no one. No one. I was like, I just met everyone. Why would I feel comfortable with this? And this person was going to fly in from a different state, too, from a different sister company. So I was like, no, I'm not comfortable with this. Honestly. Then I went to work the next day. And my big mouth thought it was okay to talk about this conversation with the girl I was training. Because it was boring, whatever. So I told her, I was like, yeah, they asked if I was comfortable with it. And I said, no, because I'm looking to, kind of relax. Like, this is kind of, like, away from work. And I didn't get into how... And I also mentioned, I'd be uncomfortable, but I didn't get into details about it. I mean, I had flown to Texas. I brought my Xbox with me. I was not comfortable letting someone... my Xbox One with me. I was letting someone I barely knew come and stay at that motel room when I'm not there and possibly jack the Xbox or break it. Like, no. I was not good with this at all. I didn't go into that much detail, but I just mentioned, like, I'm trying to make this a vacation / not comfortable with it. And I didn't know this, but when I came back, we had a meeting, and it got a little heated at work because I don't know how we got so heated, but it somehow got heated. The boss we had got an opportunity to move up to the Bay Area, San Francisco-ish, to start a company up there and do some sales up there. And he was wondering who would go and everything. And like we were talking about how we want to stay or whatever. We didn't want to move that far away because San Diego to San Francisco was like 8-hour difference. It's pretty far away. But somehow we got heated, and for some reason, I don't know why he thought to bring it up, but he was like, you're not that dedicated anyways because you just treated the Texas trip like a vacation. And I was like, and this is in front of all my other coworkers, okay? There's like a dozen of us in there. And I look at him, I'm like, first of all, I didn't say this, but my thoughts were like, how did he know? Because I only told that girl I was training. I had no clue. I was so confused by it. And I was like, well, no, I was like, there's more to that story than that, but I am dedicated to staying here in San Diego versus moving. And that was the end of the conversation because we quickly left and it was getting way too heated. But then I realized it had to have been the girl I talked to. And she probably blabbed to the boss who was there, who was also driving me around everywhere, which I hated. When I wasn't taking an Uber, yeah, great. They didn't even give me a rental car. I had to take an Uber everywhere. And I don't think they even paid me back for those expenses. Great, just great. It was not a fun job in the end. But was I really the asshole for saying I'm treating this like a vacation and I'd prefer to not have someone share a room with me? And was it needed to be blown up that big in a meeting at work? I just personally think that the boss I had then was completely immature. He was only like 3 years older than me. So at the time 2016 was 4 years ago. I was 22, so he was 25-ish. Yeah, that sounds about right. I just think he was immature and people were blabbering and gossiping when they didn't need to or shouldn't have been in the first place. But yeah, that's my story. Leave a comment if you think I'm the asshole or not. And give me your opinions on it or any of the stories I read today. And I'll see y'all in the next one where maybe we'll read more Reddit or maybe we'll look at memes for the first time and explore that. But thank you guys for watching and I'll see y'all then. Bye guys.